Hello friends and welcome to our channel. Today's video is about when this dad saw an alligator stalking his 4-year-old, he knew he had to act fast. But before we start, please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell and smash that like button. We really appreciate your continuous support. Andrew Grand was extremely horrified when he saw an alligator scuttling towards his young daughter. He was pretty sure that the animal was hungry and came to look for a snack. If the man failed to act, his daughter would have fallen victim to the jaws of the scary beast. Thus, he had no other choice but to make the risk and jump into the water in an attempt to save her life. Andrew lives in League City in Galveston County, Texas. He has 2 children, a little boy and a young girl named Brandolyn. They live close to a canal, and living near the water has lots of advantages. However, it may also be dangerous and risky. The canal behind Andrew's house flows into Clear Lake, Texas. It is a famous recreational center with one of the highest concentrations of marinas and non-commercial boats in the U.S., making it a trendy place among tourists. Clear Lake in turn flows into Galveston Bay. This geographical feature is considered America's 7th largest estuary. It provides the perfect habitat for various marine species, with the gigantic American alligator on top of this list. The American alligator is considered one of the biggest reptiles in the U.S. Its length can exceed 12 feet and its weight might reach 1,000 pounds. Although male alligators are usually bigger than females, both have armored skin, layered with extremely hard scales known as scutes. American alligators prefer freshwater environments such as ponds, marshes, wetlands, slow-flowing freshwater rivers, lakes, and swamps. They are found mostly in the coastal wetlands of the southeast United States, with a wide range extending from North Carolina to Florida and reaching Texas in the west. Concerning their diet, American alligators are all-out carnivores. They eat birds, frogs, fish, and mammals. Their sharp teeth and strong jaws make them masterful predators. They mostly prefer to hunt at night and often drown their prey before eating it. Alligators are reptiles with excellent swimming skills. They use their massive tails and feet to power themselves through the water. However, when inactive, they can be as lifeless as floating logs bobbing on the surface. They often sunbathe or dig holes in the mud as shelter to stay warm. These alligator holes can also take the shape of tunnels that can reach up to 65 feet long. Also, when temperatures are too low, they become dormant. Alligators mate in shallow water. After that, using plants and vines, females start constructing nests to put as many as 90 eggs in. They incubate their eggs for about 65 days. When about to hatch, young alligators emit high-pitched yelps from within their shells. American alligators may be very dangerous predators. However, many animals like raccoons, fish, and snakes may see the hatchlings as delicious prey. They won't be safe before reaching about 4 feet in length. Nonetheless, if they were able to survive in adulthood, their average lifespan would be 35 to 50 years. The alligator's teeth usually fall out throughout this time, only to be replaced by new sharper ones. According to scientists, this species is over 150 million years old. They have resistant and robust body features that enabled them to survive the extinction 65 million years ago when the dinosaurs were wiped out. The American alligator has faced many threats of extinction in the past century. In 1967, it was declared endangered. However, in the intervening decades, the species population recovered, as there are approximately 1 million living in the wild today. However, the loss of their habitat is still another threat, as the holes they use for shelter and nesting fill with water once they vacate them. This enables other species to use them as hideaways or as places to drink from and breed. American alligators and crocodiles are quite related. Many people think that they look alike. Yet there are many differences between alligators and crocodiles. The most obvious one is the shape of their snouts. While the crocodiles is thin and elongated, the alligators is round and wide. It is a fact that both species are fascinating, yet alligators are more dangerous and cunning, as they have a very fearsome reputation among humans. They mainly eat small animals. You can never trust a hungry alligator. It may devour almost anything, including pets, cattle, and even people. Nonetheless, alligators attacking humans is incredibly rare. According to website animals.net, these horrific species have been responsible for just 8 deaths in the last 10 years. However, Andrew didn't take any risks when he spotted a giant alligator beside his house in July 2020. This incident happened when Andrew was preparing to go to work. In the meantime, babysitter Robin Randolph was with his son and his 4-year-old daughter Brandolyn. These three had been fishing on the canal behind the house and catching crabs. However, this happy scene didn't last for long as they were interrupted with Andrew's shout upon seeing a giant alligator lurking nearby. The beast was almost 12 feet long. It was heading directly to them. To make things worse, it seemed that it was aiming for little Brandolyn. In July 2020, Andrew said to KPRC-TV, came straight to the bulkhead and sank back down. He also claimed it was headed straight for Brandolyn. Andrew added, "There's no doubt that's where he was headed." According to what Andrew said, the alligator was frighteningly close to Brandolyn. He explained, "I happen to be standing kind of where we are right now picking something up, and I happened to look back. Not 10 yards from her was a huge alligator kind of coming right toward her." Andrew knew that his dear daughter was in grave danger and had to act real fast. In 2020, to the Houston Chronicle newspaper, the man said it was a beast, and he added, "I had a gut feeling it wanted my daughter as a snack." So Andrew leaped into action. In another TV interview with CNN, Andrew talked while recalling the terrible incident and said, "When I first saw him, the only thing I was thinking of was only getting my daughter, just getting her out of the way. What his intentions were, I'm not 100% sure, but I wasn't going to find out." Without a second thought, Andrew pushed Randolph and his son inside his property and lifted panicked Brandolyn over the fence. Remembering the event, the babysitter told KPRC-TV, "It was like making a beeline for us. Andrew had knocked me into the gate, picked up Bambi and threw her over the fence." Even though Andrew succeeded in acting quickly and led his family to safety, he claimed that the alligator didn't give up and kept homing in on his prey. The animal kept approaching him slowly. The man must have been petrified, especially when he realized how massive its size is up close. Despite the fact that Andrew had similar incidents with alligators before, this one was horrendous as it threatened his little girl's life. He was by far the biggest one we've ever seen, and in fact, they have never done that before. Usually they keep their distance, just pass by. You don't even know they're there. But this guy's intentions were definitely a little different, Andrew said, describing the beast. "This event is stuck in Andrew's head, and even with all the confines of his house, he still fears that his family will be in danger again." Speaking to CNN, the man said he was just so big that if he had jumped out, he would have just broken the fence. He was just that heavy. To their surprise, it wasn't long before the beast lost interest and went on his way. The alligator retreated to its hole. However, it seemed that it's still hungry and in such need of a snack. Brandolyn panicked the moment she saw the reptile quietly rear its glossy head once more. The alligator would retreat to the water and come back again several times as it waited for the right moment to snatch the little one. The father said, "This lasted for like at least 20 or 30 minutes. This scene made him think his property is no longer safe for him and his family, and it's time to call for backup." He said to the Houston Chronicle, "Alligators are common in this area, but this was different. They never came at us like that." He added, "It kept coming up and down. It would look straight at me. It seemed like it was playing a game." He said that this particular beast was cunning. It knew exactly what it was doing. As a response to Andrew's call, 2 game wardens arrived at the scene accompanied by a professional alligator wrangler and his team. Including Andrew, many people came to help catch the gigantic reptile. With Thomas Reynolds, the gator hunter, led the operation. The team could capture the reptile. Andrew later said, as he was getting the noose ready for the alligator, it came towards him. The gator took a chomp at the noose and it was caught. However, their battle was just about to start, as Andrew said, and had a lot of work ahead. Using a bunch of equipment, the team spent over an hour trying to snare the beast and get him out of the canal. After they succeeded in tying up the giant creature, they had to transfer it to a nearby truck. Talking about the process, Andrew said it was 3 hours to get the gator out of the water because it was so big and powerful. It kept flipping and flopping and turning. According to the expert team, these creatures usually keep away from people. So what happened to Andrew's family was pretty strange. They suggested that this kind of aggressive behavior towards humans means that they have often been fed by people, realizing that people can be a food source. These reptiles will never live in the wild as they used to do. After that, the captured alligator was moved to Gator Country in Beaumont, the self-proclaimed adventure park cum sanctuary. Being the biggest in southeast Texas, is home to around 450 reptiles, in addition to some mammals. This makes it the perfect home for the captured alligator. They were happy to have the alligator because they lost a lot of theirs during Hurricane Harvey. "I was happy to have it out of my backyard," Andrew said. Making sure the alligator is no longer a threat, Andrew and his family were relieved. Brave Brandolyn seemed unconcerned by the terrifying encounter. All that she did was expressing her excitement about what happened and how massive the beast was. To what seemed a happy ending, the alligator was granted the ideal home in which he'll presumably live for the rest of his life. On the other hand, Andrew and his kids will live peacefully in their lovely home without fear of being preyed upon one day. The exciting story doesn't end here, as Andrew is apparently planning to take his kids to Gator Country to visit their old friend. He said that the park was a good place for such a fearsome reptile. "We look forward to visiting him one day," Andrew added. Did you enjoy today's story? Let us know what you think about it in the comments. If you believe this story was amazing, don't hesitate to share it with your buddies, hit the subscribe button, and activate the notification bell so you never miss your daily dose of incredible stories.